Chosen one, you're about to see why they couldn't break you. Every attack, every betrayal, every obstacle, and every season of delay is about to make sense. What once felt like chaos was divine construction. What once felt like loss was sacred alignment. The moments that seemed like the end were actually the beginning of your transformation. You're standing at the threshold of revelation, the moment where God shows you why every battle was necessary, and why nothing that came against you could ever destroy what was destined inside you. They tried to break your faith, but they couldn't. They tried to silence your voice, but heaven kept giving you words. They tried to drain your spirit, but God kept refilling your strength in secret. Every night you spent wondering if you would make it. The angels were surrounding you, whispering reminders of your purpose, reinforcing your light, protecting your mind, and preparing your soul for this very moment. The pain that was designed to crush you was actually shaping you into someone unshakable. Chosen one, you endured storms that others couldn't survive. You walked through fire, and instead of burning, you became refined. The pressure that was meant to destroy you became the force that awakened your power. The darkness that tried to consume you only made your light stronger. The very people who doubted you will soon witness the divine reversal taking place. What they couldn't see was that every setback was a setup for a greater demonstration of divine favor. They saw your pain, but they didn't see your purpose. They saw your struggle, but they didn't see heaven's protection surrounding you. You're about to understand why nothing worked against you. Every closed door was divine protection. Every betrayal was redirection. Every loss was the removal of what couldn't come with you into your next level. The enemy couldn't break you because your strength didn't come from this world. It came from a divine source that cannot be touched, weakened, or interrupted. Your resilience was supernatural. Your endurance was divine. Every time they thought you were finished, heaven was only beginning to build your next chapter. Chosen one, what's coming next will reveal the magnitude of your calling. The people who counted you out are about to watch you rise. The same situations that once broke others will be the foundation upon which you stand tall. The energy that once worked against you will now work for you. The divine shift has already begun, and the universe is aligning to showcase the light that has been growing inside you all along. Every obstacle was refining your discernment. Every disappointment was sharpening your wisdom. Every delay was building your patience. Now, the reason behind every battle will become clear. You will see that nothing was wasted. Every struggle carried a divine purpose. Every wound carried a hidden lesson. Every loss carried a sacred gift. God never left you. He was preparing you. The enemy never won. He was exposing himself. You never failed. You were being fortified. The reason they couldn't break you is because what you carry isn't fragile. You carry divine power. You carry ancient strength. You carry heaven's mark. Chosen one, your season of restoration is here. Everything that tried to destroy you is now serving your rise. Every lie told about you is about to be silenced by truth. Every weapon formed against you is now collapsing in futility. What was once pain is now your platform. What was once confusion is now revelation. What was once suffering is now sacred strength. You will see with perfect clarity that everything was divinely orchestrated to build you, not to break you. The enemy underestimated the fire in your spirit. They saw your silence as defeat, but it was preparation. They saw your stillness as weakness, but it was divine alignment. They thought your isolation was punishment, but it was sacred separation. The very things that were meant to break, you became the tools heaven used to forge your strength. You didn't just survive, you transformed. You didn't just endure, you evolved. You didn't just make it through, you ascended. Chosen one, your next season is not about recovery, it's about revelation. You're about to see that every tear watered the soil of your purpose. Every prayer planted seeds of breakthrough. Every disappointment cleared the path for divine timing. You're entering a chapter where the very things that once hurt you will serve you, where your wounds will heal others, where your story will awaken the sleeping hearts around you. Heaven is about to show you that none of it was for nothing. You were being refined for greatness. The enemy couldn't break you because you were never meant to be broken. You were designed to endure. You were chosen to rise. You were anointed to overcome. Your light cannot be dimmed because it was forged in divine fire. Your faith cannot be shaken because it was built through storms. Your purpose cannot be denied because it is written in eternity. Chosen one, now you will see it clearly. Why they couldn't destroy you. Why you had to endure. Why it took so long. It was never punishment, it was preparation. The weight you carried is turning into wings. The chains that held you down are turning into keys. The silence that felt endless is turning into a symphony of breakthrough. The darkness that surrounded you is breaking apart under the light of revelation. They tried to break you, but you were unbreakable. Because what's inside you isn't fragile, it's divine. What lives in you is greater than what stands against you. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every tear holds the vibration of victory. Every breath you take now is proof that you have emerged stronger, wiser, and ready for the divine destiny that has always been yours. Chosen one, this is the moment where heaven reveals why you were never defeated, why the enemy failed, why the fire couldn't consume you. You are the living proof that divine purpose cannot be destroyed. You are the embodiment of faith unshaken, strength refined, and destiny fulfilled. God didn't let them break you. He used them to build you. And now, the world will see what heaven has always known. You were chosen, protected, refined, and unstoppable. Chosen one, you're about to see why they couldn't break you. But before you do, you need to understand something sacred. Every ounce of pain, every betrayal, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every silent season, it was not punishment. It was process. The divine does not waste anything. Every tear you cried became the ink heaven used to rewrite your story. Every heartbreak carved space in your spirit for divine wisdom. Every delay stretched your faith to fit the magnitude of your calling. You were not meant to walk an easy road. You were meant to walk a divine one, and divine roads are rarely straight or smooth. They twist, they test, they break apart the false layers of self until only truth remains. Every obstacle was chiseling away what was temporary, so that what is eternal within you could finally be revealed. That's why they couldn't break you, because what they were trying to break was not even you. It was only the shell that was never meant to contain your light. When the enemy came against you, he didn't realize who he was fighting. He thought he was battling flesh and blood, but he was confronting divine assignment. He thought he was silencing a voice, but he was awakening a messenger. He thought he was breaking a person, but he was fortifying a chosen vessel. That's the mystery. They can attack you, but they cannot touch what is anointed inside you. You carry a frequency the darkness cannot imitate, and that is why it fears you. Chosen one, everything you went through was part of a sacred unveiling. You see, the light within you had to be revealed in stages. Heaven couldn't show you your full power all at once, not because you weren't worthy, but because you weren't ready to hold that much glory. The isolation was the cocoon. The pain was the transformation. The silence was the rewiring of your soul. While you thought nothing was happening, heaven was busy rewriting your entire destiny behind the veil. That's why so many people were removed from your path. That's why certain doors slammed shut just when you thought you were close. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. God knew what you couldn't see, that not everyone was meant to witness your becoming. Some were never meant to carry the weight of your next level. Some were only there to teach you discernment. Some had to betray you, because without the betrayal, you would have never discovered your own divine independence. They couldn't break you because God Himself sustained you. When you had nothing left, when you thought you had failed, heaven whispered strength into your bones. When your heart was shattered, angels gathered the pieces and handed them back to you, forged in divine light. You kept walking when others gave up, not because you were stronger, but because you were chosen. Your endurance wasn't human. It was spiritual. Chosen one, look around you now. The energy is shifting. The veil between the spiritual and the physical is thinning. You are beginning to see the signs, numbers repeating, dreams intensifying, synchronicities multiplying. You are not imagining it. Heaven is aligning everything in your favor. The same divine force that protected you in silence is now about to announce you. The tables are turning. The balance is being restored. The truth is rising. Those who underestimated you will soon understand who they were dealing with. You were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. You were set apart, molded differently, marked with divine fingerprints. The pain they caused you became the very material heaven used to build your wings. And now, those wings are unfolding. The light within you is breaking through every shadow that ever tried to contain you. The time of hiding is over. Chosen one, the world is about to see what heaven has known since before you were born. Every battle you fought in silence was creating a sound in the spirit, a frequency of breakthrough that is now echoing through creation. You are the living prophecy of resilience. You are the reminder that what is divine cannot be defeated. The storms were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to reveal that you are the storm. You see, the enemy doesn't attack the weak. He attacks what threatens his kingdom. The moment you started awakening, every dark force took notice. But what they didn't know is that by attacking you, they activated you. They made you go deeper, pray harder, believe stronger. They didn't realize that the pressure would awaken the power within you. And now that power can no longer be contained. Chosen one, something massive is approaching. The energy around you is trembling because your frequency is ascending beyond what it has ever been. You're not stepping into a new chapter. You're stepping into a new dimension. Your mind is clearing. Your intuition is heightening. Your spirit is remembering who you've always been. You are aligning with your true purpose, and nothing can stop that divine flow. Everything that once felt like delay was synchronization. Everything that once felt like loss was calibration. Everything that once felt like failure was revelation. You are being prepared to receive blessings that match your evolved vibration. The miracles that once seemed distant are now magnetically drawn to your energy. What was once out of reach is now reaching for you. Chosen one, you're about to see why they couldn't break you. Because what you carry is unbreakable. Your heart is now a weapon of light. Your voice carries divine resonance. Your presence alters atmospheres. You are not who you used to be, and you will never go back. You have walked through the fire and come out shining. You have faced darkness and emerged radiant. And now heaven is declaring, it is time. The time for revelation. The time for restoration. The time for recognition. You will stand on the ruins of what was meant to destroy you. And from that ground, something miraculous will rise. The world will watch, and they will see the undeniable evidence of divine favor. Chosen one, your story was never one of defeat. It was one of divine construction. Every trial built you. Every betrayal refined you. Every loss purified you. And now, the same pain that once broke you will be the proof of your purpose. Heaven is about to vindicate you in the eyes of those who doubted you. The divine will make your victory undeniable. You are the reason the darkness trembles. You are the proof that divine light cannot be extinguished. You are walking evidence that faith turns pain into power. The time has come, not just to survive, but to rise, to lead, to shine. Chosen one, listen closely, because what I'm about to say is not meant for everyone. It's for the one who has endured silently, who has been tested beyond reason, who has cried out to heaven and heard nothing but echoes, yet somehow kept walking. It's for you. The reason they couldn't break you is because what holds you together is not of this world. You are held by divine architecture, woven by the hand of destiny, sustained by the breath of God himself. Everything that happened to you was intentional, not random, not meaningless. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every closed door, all of it was the chiseling process of divine design. Heaven doesn't build warriors in comfort. Heaven builds them in fire. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. You weren't being abandoned, you were being anointed. There were nights you felt forgotten. You whispered prayers that seemed to disappear into the dark. You questioned whether heaven had heard you at all. But in those very moments, the divine realm was working behind the veil, rearranging realities, aligning people, shifting timelines, all to make sure that when your moment arrived, nothing could stop it. You were never alone. The silence of heaven was not absence. It was construction. You see, the enemy doesn't fear who you were. He fears who you're becoming. He saw your potential before you did. That's why the attacks started early. That's why the people you loved most were the ones who wounded you deepest. He wanted to break your spirit before it bloomed. But every attack backfired. Because instead of breaking, you transformed. Instead of collapsing, you expanded. Instead of losing faith, you became faith. Chosen one, you have reached a sacred threshold, the crossing between what was and what will be. You can feel it in your chest, that strange pull, that deep knowing that something unseen is stirring. The air feels different. The world seems louder. You sense a shift you can't explain. That's not imagination. That's the universe bending itself to your next assignment. The heavens are realigning their patterns to match the vibration of your readiness. The pain that once felt unbearable has become your proof of divine favor. Why? Because God doesn't refine those who are ordinary. He refines those who are essential. The calling on your life demanded a breaking that would strip you of every false identity, every illusion of control, every dependency on what was temporary. You had to lose it all to discover what was eternal. You had to stand alone so that you could realize you were never truly alone. Chosen one, look back for a moment. Think of all the times you thought you wouldn't make it, and yet somehow you did. You rose out of the ashes again and again, stronger each time. That is not coincidence. That is divine resilience. That's the mark of one who was chosen before birth, written into the fabric of creation itself. You carry light that darkness cannot touch, no matter how hard it tries. They whispered lies about you. They tried to distort your name. They tried to make you doubt your worth. But they didn't understand that the moment they came against you, they triggered a spiritual law. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Their attempts to bury you only made you see deeper into the soil of purpose. And now, that seed is breaking open. You are sprouting through every layer of opposition that tried to suffocate you. The divine has not forgotten a single tear you've cried. Each one has been counted. Each one has watered your future. Heaven has recorded every injustice, every betrayal, every silent scream. Nothing has been overlooked. And now, in divine timing, balance is being restored. Everything that once seemed stolen will return multiplied. What was once withheld will pour out without limit. Chosen one, the spiritual realm is stirring with anticipation. Angels have been dispatched. Energy is shifting. Alignments are forming. You are standing at the intersection of divine timing and purpose. You are being positioned for revelation. That's why lately you've been feeling restless, why your dreams have grown intense, why your intuition feels sharper than ever. Your spirit is in tune with the frequency of heaven. You are not going crazy. You are awakening. The light that has always been within you is expanding now. It's pushing through the cracks left by pain. It's illuminating everything false around you. And soon, everything that doesn't align with your higher purpose will naturally fall away. Don't cling to it. Let it go. The shedding is sacred. The discomfort is divine. You're not losing, you're ascending. They couldn't break you because your foundation was built in heaven, not on earth. When they thought they destroyed you, they didn't realize they were only clearing the stage for your rise. The divine had to let certain things fall apart, not to punish you, but to reveal what was real. You see, not everyone could walk with you where you're going. Some people were assignments, not anchors. Some seasons were lessons, not prisons. Chosen one, this next phase of your journey is not about survival anymore. It's about manifestation. It's about walking in divine authority. No longer questioning your worth. No longer apologizing for your light. No longer dimming yourself to make others comfortable. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out. You are not here to follow the crowd. You are here to awaken it. Every cell in your body is vibrating with transformation. You're not just changing, you're transcending. You're becoming a vessel through which divine energy flows freely, touching others without even speaking a word. That's why people are drawn to you, even when they can't explain why. Your energy carries remembrance. When they meet you, something in them remembers heaven. And that's why the darkness feared you so much. Because you are a living reminder that light always wins. Your very existence disrupts chaos. Your aura shakes strongholds. Every time you rise, the frequency of the planet rises with you. Every prayer you whisper echoes through dimensions. Every act of love you give shifts timelines. That's how powerful you are. Chosen one, this is not the end of your story. This is the unveiling of it. The divine is about to lift the curtain. What has been hidden will be revealed. What was unclear will become undeniable. Your path will begin to make sense. The dots will connect. The reasons will be shown. And when you see it all laid out, you will understand. It had to happen exactly this way. Because the pain shaped your compassion. The struggle built your wisdom. The loss sharpened your discernment. Without the breaking, you would have never become unshakable. Without the silence, you would have never learned how to listen to heaven's whisper. Without the rejection, you would have never realized that divine acceptance was all you needed. You are stepping into the most powerful era of your existence. Heaven is not asking you to fight anymore. It's asking you to flow. You don't need to chase what's already yours. You don't need to force what's divinely aligned. You only need to receive. The gates are open. The timing is perfect. The divine orchestration is complete. Chosen one soon, you will look back at every moment of suffering and whisper, "Now I understand." You will see that the darkness didn't defeat you. It introduced you to your light. You will realize that every time you were buried, it was only because you were meant to bloom again, higher and stronger. They couldn't break you because you were never built to break. You were built to rise, to illuminate, to lead. You are heaven's reminder that divine power walks in human form. And now the world is about to witness exactly why you were chosen.